Let's look at how to multiply by using arrays. For our first problem, we have 25 times 7. So I'm going to go ahead and draw an array where I would have 25 times 7, and I'm just going to break it into two different parts. So the first top is going to be 25, and over to the side it's going to be 7. But I'm going to cut 25 into smaller pieces so I can multiply it easier. So for the first side, I'm going to have 20 and 5, because I know that 20 plus 5 equals 25, which is how much the entire side is going to be worth. Now to the side I have 7. I'm going to leave 7 alone. I'm not going to cut it into different pieces because I know my math facts by 7. So let's go ahead and set up our first problems to figure out what 25 times 7 would be. So in the first box we have 20 times 7. And in the second box you have 5 times 7. I know that 2 times 7 is going to be 14, and then I add the 0 at the end. I know that 5 times 7 is 35. Now that I know how much each of the boxes are worth, I'm going to add that up to get the total. I have 140 plus 35. I line it up vertically so I can keep the columns in order for place value. 0 plus 5 is going to be 5, 4 plus 3 is 7, and 1 plus nothing is 1. Your final answer is going to be 175. Our next problem is going to be 68 times 4, so I'm going to go ahead and draw an array. I know that the top is going to represent 68, and I know that the side is going to represent 4. Now multiplying 68 times 4 seems a little challenging, so I'm going to break it up into different pieces. So I'm going to break up 68 to be 60 and 8, because I know that 60 plus 8 equals 68. And I'm going to leave 4 the same because I know how to multiply by my 4s. So for the first problem I have 60 times 4, and for the next part of the array I have 8 times 4. I know that 6 times 4 is 24, and then I add the 0 at the end. I know that 8 times 4 is 32. Now I take those two answers because I want it to be all together, and I have 240, and I add 32 to it. So I have the whole array and not just different parts. Remember to line it up vertically so your place value is in order. 0 plus 2 is 2, 4 plus 3 is 7, and 2 plus nothing is 2. So your final answer is going to be 272. Let's look at a 2-digit by 2-digit, 48 times 93. First, draw your array. Now that you have an array, the top is going to represent 48. The side is going to represent 93. 48 times 93 is a little large though, so I'm going to break it up into pieces. So let's start with 48. I'm going to break that up into 40 plus 8, because 40 plus 8 equals 48. So I'm going to cut the array into two pieces. With 93, I'm going to break it up into be 90 and 3, and cut the array on the side. Now within the big array, I have 4 different problems. The first one's going to be 40 times 90. The second one's going to be 8 times 90. Then I have 40 times 3 down below, and I have 8 times 3. I need to solve all of these problems in order to figure out the total amount for 48 times 93. So I know that 4 times 9 is going to be 36, and there's 2 zeros on the end, so I'm going to add that. The next one I have 8 times 90, which is going to be 72 with a 0 on the end from the 90. Down below I have 40 times 3, and I know 4 times 3 is going to be 12, and I'm going to add that 0 onto the end to be 120. Then I have 8 times 3, which is going to be 24. Now I'm going to take all of my answers in red and add them up to get the total amount. I line them up vertically so I have good place value and I'm not getting the numbers mixed up. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4 is 4. 0 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 7 plus 1 is 14. Carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. Remember your comma. Your final answer is going to be 4,464. Let's look at one more 2-digit by 2-digit. 72 times 36. So first draw your array. I know that the top is going to be 72 and the side is going to be 36. Those numbers are a little too large to just be multiplying, so I'm going to break them up. For 72, I'm going to have 70 and 2. Remember then to cut your array down into 2 pieces. For 36, I'm going to have 30 and 6, because 30 plus 6 equals 36, and then cut your array across. Now there are 4 different problems that you need to solve. The first one's going to be 70 times 30. The next one's going to be 2 times 30. Down below we have 70 times 6, and we have 2 times 6. Finding all the answers will help me find the final solution. So I'm going to take 7 times 3, and I know that's 21, and I'm going to add 2 zeros to the end because there's 2 zeros at the end of this. Then I have 2 times 30, and I know 2 times 3 is 6, and add 1 0 to the end. I have 7 times 6, which is going to be 72 with a 0 at the end, and 2 times 6, which is going to be 12. Now you take all of those answers and add them up. I have 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2, which is 2. 0 plus 2 plus 6 plus 1 is going to be 9. 1 plus 7 is going to be 8. 2 plus nothing is 2. Remember your comma. Your final answer is going to be 2,892.